North Korea has succeeded in mitigating the impact on crops of an ongoing drought, the Rodong Sinmun, an organ of the ruling Workers' Party of Korea WPK, reported on Tuesday. In an article entitled "United Force of the Army and the People, Pitched Battle Against the Drought That Won the Sky," the newspaper said the campaign to prevent drought damage had been a life-and-death war. In a hearty response to the WPK's call for mobilizing and concentrating all capabilities and means to overcome the severe drought, 10 million people engaged in the General Doherty campaign, and the sound of gunfire for the proud victory rang high up in the air on the agricultural front. Officials from state commissions, ministries, and national institutions were dispatched to South Hwanghae Province, Rodong reported. Thousands of personnel, equipment, and supplies including 120 water wagons, around 560 water pumps, and 960 sprayers were also sent to the drought-struck region, one of the country's major agricultural hubs, according to the Rodong Sinmun. The daily newspaper said South Hwanghae Province had completely resolved the drought, which had rendered 9,468 hectares arable and severely barren. Around 4,670 wells, 1040 water holes and 702 wells were reportedly constructed by civilians and soldiers. In North Hwanghae Province, a campaign to fight drought effects meant that 6,020 hectares of land could now bear a fruitful result. Hundreds of thousands of people, as well as vehicles, pumping vehicles, and equipment including backpack-style water sprayers, were reportedly mobilized to build wells, water holes, tube wells, reservoirs, division dams, and small reservoirs. Campaign for preventing drought damage. Photo Rodong Sinmun. Soldiers from the Korean People's Army KPA reportedly worked long hours. In North Hwanghae Province, the army watered rice paddies and dry fields for more than 10 hours per day in the steamy heat while building wells and reservoirs. The Rodong Sinmun described the construction of cofferdams as having been the most difficult, and a task which required a 12-hour hard-fought battle to complete. The soldiers of the Korean People's Army resolutely carry out the all-people general offensive, having determination with Doherty's spirit to implement the campaign. In South Pyongan Province, soldiers reportedly dug around 500 water holes and 1,400 wells over the course of 2 days. In late June, the Rodong Sinmun reported that the country was engaged in prevention battles against what was referred to as an abysmal drought, which another report published in mid-May said had begun that month. North Koreans had been called on to prevent crop damage caused by floods while also working to mitigate the effects of the drought, according to reports on July 11. The UN Food and Agriculture Organization FAO announced on July 20 that the North's crop production for 2017 had been severely damaged by prolonged dry weather conditions and that the North was going through its worst drought since 2001. After the FAO's report, the UN Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs UNOCHA reported on July 24 that the North Korean government had decreased food rations by 100 grams per day per person in the wake of a fall in crop harvest caused by drought. Edited by Oliver Hotham. Featured image Rodong Sinmun.